Now, brand loyalty can evolve in time to a cult brand. This is a good thing. The word cult in marketing is a good thing. Cult brands are loved by specific groups, die-hard loyalists, people who love the brand and may or may not share it with other people. I've got a few really well-known examples from different types of industries here of cult brands. There are niche groups of customers who will buy these brands and become loyal to them. There might be multiple niches. Now, the best thing is when a cult brand grows into a relationship brand. And this is a pretty good opportunity, which we'll talk about in the second half of this presentation for small business owners. Relationship brands are built on experience. They often fill a void. People like to share branded experiences. They will self-select out of a variety of different branded experiences how they want to interact with the brand. They will share these experiences in groups. Harley Davidson, think of all the clubs, the clothing, online forums, chat groups. It's a perfect example of a powerful relationship brand. If you don't believe that, look at this. I took all these pictures from Flickr. These are people expressing their undying loyalty to the Apple brand. Would someone kiss your brand? Would they be so loyal to it and love it so much that they'd kiss it? Here we have an example of a relationship brand that has succeeded beyond anyone's expectations 20 years ago. And like I said, people look for new ways to share and experience relationship brands. Harry Potter, great example. I wrote a book about the Harry Potter brand. It is one of the best relationship brands. It's one of these ways that people get together and experience the brand. There's music, there's fan fiction, there's Quidditch tournaments, there's conventions, anything you can imagine so that people can share the brand together. They talk about the brands they love. This is the ultimate form of word-of-mouth marketing. They not only talk about it, but sometimes they'll actually evangelize the brand. Now, a lot of people used to say that about Harry Potter fans. You know, they were like, everything Harry Potter. They loved Harry Potter so much they had to make other people read it. And there's a reason. It's brand loyalty, particularly to a relationship brand. Now, I don't know if any of you are younger than maybe 35. You might not get this next reference, but for the rest of us, there's a reason that old Breck shampoo commercial in the 70s worked. And she told 2 friends, and she told 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. Word-of-mouth marketing, brand loyalty. So again, let's just do a little recap. Remember your 3 steps to brand building: consistency, persistence, restraint. If I repeat something, it means it's really important. So let's talk about some different ways that a small business owner can build their brand. And I actually give a lot. I have a book coming out next month, 30-Minute Social Media Marketing, which was written with small business owners in mind who don't have time to devote to social media marketing, which is actually the second part of this presentation. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples here, but really in that book I've got zillions of examples. But I'll just touch briefly on it here today. Brand promotions, discounts, coupons, in-store promos, anything that will drive short-term buzz about your brand. So how do you do it while maintaining those 3 steps of branding? Well, remember to always be consistent. Your discounts, your promotions, they should be consistent with your brand. Exercise restraint. If you sell high-end candy, then a more low-end ad or promotion doesn't jive with that brand promise. Use consistency. Be persistent too. You have to test tactics and see what works best and what doesn't. Don't just run a campaign and say, well, that didn't work. Keep trying. You have to be persistent. Keep putting your brand out there. And then another one, which is probably most important when it comes to promotions, is don't market scared. Just because your competitor is doing something doesn't mean that you need to. Exercise restraint. They might be offering a 75% off sale. That doesn't mean that you have to do it too. Does it fit your brand strategy? Now, when it comes to marketing and advertising materials, your ads, your brochures, all that kind of stuff, direct mail. Again, make sure your copy and your design match your brand promise. Again, if you have a luxury brand, don't send out a brochure printed on really cheap-looking paper. It runs counter to the brand promise and confuses consumers. It causes them to turn away from your brand. You need to persistently and continually research your customers, research your target audience, and always know what they want from you, because consumers change faster these days than you can imagine. And then remember, your timing, your placement can make or break any of your marketing and advertising opportunities. So invest wisely in placement and timing that, again, matches your brand. Sponsorships, a huge opportunity for small business owners, local events, school teams, all that kind of stuff. Again, choose organizations that match your brand promise. Don't invest in a sponsorship and then walk away from it. There's so much more that you can do with that to surround consumers with your brand. Extend your participation to advertising, to ask for other opportunities with that sponsorship to be able to extend and build awareness, recognition, memory, spreading the word of your brand. And then make sure you understand the audience related to the sponsorship opportunity. A lot of times the audience might not really be what the organization claims that they are, so make sure you do your due diligence and understand who that audience truly is. Now, events, trade shows, conferences, huge opportunity for small businesses, online and offline. Virtual trade shows and conferences are huge these days. They don't have to be expensive, and it's a great way for small businesses to help consumers get their name out there and start building relationships. When you think about it, during a time like now, we're still in a recession, people only go to the trade shows and events in person that they're really, really interested in. So if you're at one of those events, the people that you're talking to are most likely going to be really interested. You've already weeded out a lot of the leads that aren't really going to go anywhere. So when you consider investing in a trade show during times like these, well, you might think, I can't afford that, but in actuality, it could be a really, really great opportunity. So look at it from that perspective. And your brand identity materials, make sure, like we said before with your promotional materials, make sure that your brand promise matches your identity materials. If your identity and your promise is one thing, and your logo looks like a kindergartner made it, now this is a problem. This isn't matching. I'm confused. I'm the customer. I don't understand. I'm going to go somewhere else where they're meeting my expectations. So think long and hard about creating the tangible elements of your business and make sure that they match your brand promise. And finally, publicity. Be newsworthy. Things that you don't think are newsworthy, they probably can be. Hiring new employees, launching a new product, little things can be newsworthy. And don't think about releasing press releases and doing interviews and such as a way to immediately create leads. It should be part of your long-term marketing strategy, and definitely part of your social media marketing strategy, which again, we'll talk in the second half of this presentation. So work to make yourself be known. Position your own personal brand as a thought leader, as an expert in your area of business, so you become the go-to person in your town, in your area, online, for information related to your business. And be sure to get involved in the community if you run a local business.